because it's your determination that takes you there. Well, there's actually three primary things that turn you into a winner for sure. Other than the fact of never giving up, but like basically you want to have or you want to be thinking about these things very deeply. So the three things are desire, knowledge, and instinct. So when it comes to desire, if you don't have the hunger, if you are not starving to succeed, you just simply won't. And the primary reason why you're sitting on your ass right now and you're not accomplishing your goals to any degree is simply because you lack desire. It's actually not because of anything else. If you needed just one thing to succeed, it would just be desire. All you would need is an extremely deep hunger. Because imagine you're in an ocean and you're drowning, right? You would do whatever it takes to breathe air. You'd fight, you'd thrash around, you'd swim up, you'd do whatever it takes to get a breath of air because you're about to die. The stakes are that high. And all you think about is breathing. You're not thinking about anything else. All you're thinking about is breathing because it's life or death. That's hunger and starvation and desire at its extreme. So you're not even worried about what you're doing. You're just doing. You're just making shit happen. You're just going, 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 going. And as men, we're goers, we're doers, we're builders. We make shit shake through our actions. So if you're not doing anything, it's because you don't have the desire. Desire is what forces you to act. When you're drowning in the ocean, you're doing whatever it takes to breathe because you desire to breathe because if you don't, you will die. You will drown. Understand? So it's like you're taking whatever action you can take. You don't even give a fuck. You're not even thinking about it. You're just you thrashing around going crazy because you got to breathe this air. So if you're not sprinting towards the success that you want, if you're not sprinting towards your ambitions, it's because you lack the desire. The hunger just simply isn't there. And you have to give yourself that hunger if you want to be a winner. It doesn't matter what you do. You can have everything you need to succeed. I'm telling you, you could have everything you need to succeed right now. But if you don't have the hunger, if you don't have the desire, it's just not fucking going to happen because you won't take action. The hunger just isn't there. So if you wanted one thing, if you wanted just one thing, you need to succeed. The only thing would just be hunger. If you have hunger, you'll win. Because even shouting to the earlier part of the stream when I was talking about if you have this will and determination to win no matter what, that's the desire. Desire will have you working towards something for years on end till you win. So you have to give yourself that hunger. And I'll talk about giving yourself hunger after I go over the other two aspects. So the second here is knowledge, right? So if you have the desire, you're taking a shit ton of action. Good. But now you need to make sure you're taking the right action. Now you need to make sure you're avoiding as many mistakes as possible, right? Because when you are gaining knowledge, which is gaining awareness of experiences that help you avoid mistakes and makes you take action in ways that benefit you a lot more, you're going to head towards your success a lot faster. This is why it's important to go and learn from men who have accomplished what you want to accomplish, because they can directly breathe into you the beliefs and perspectives and knowledge you need to avoid the mistakes that they have made to head to where they're going much faster. Understand? So look at these two things when we already combine them. When you have an insane hunger and an insane desire to win, that you're taking a shit ton of action and you're also going out and getting more knowledge and more awareness around the goals that you were trying to achieve, now you can move 10 billion times faster. You're just going because you're very smart. You're intelligent now because you know what you need to know. You're learning from guys who've done what you want to do, and you have the hunger and desire. So things are just happening. You're just cooking. You're just making an insane amount of progress. And I already alluded to the knowledge thing there, which is basically you should be learning from guys who've achieved what you want to achieve, because guys who've achieved what you want to achieve have seen the path. They have made the mistakes so they can breathe the information, beliefs, and perspectives that you need to succeed as well. This is why you should listen to them and not some bum ass nigga off the street. This is why you shouldn't just take advice from guys who have not done what you want to do, because they're just going to give you shitty advice because they haven't done it before. Understand? So now we talk about instinct. And what I mean by instinct, I mean you just move and course correct, right? So a lot of times, a lot of guys, especially when you're a little bit more intelligent, you're not making as much progress as you could be making because you're trying to make too many perfect moves. Going back to the knowledge a little bit, Even if you learn from all the mistakes of your predecessors or those who have already achieved what you want to achieve, you're still going to make your own new unique mistakes because you're not perfect. None of us are perfect. So you're still going to make fucking mistakes, right? So if you're still trying, even after learning from all these guys who have done what you seek to do, to never make a mistake, you're going to fuck your shit up because now you're going to be moving really slow, or now you're not going to even move at all because you're trying to live your life too perfectly. You're trying to make your path to success look too perfect. This is slowing you down when really you should just move on instinct. Now that you have this hunger and now that you're gaining all this knowledge, you should just be going. And when you do make mistakes, you just course correct, right? Because even when you trust your instincts, you're going to make mistakes sometimes, right? But you just need to go to the next thing because you don't have time. You're not going to live forever. You don't have time to sit and wait and try to live your life perfectly. You just need to go. If you make a mistake, you learn from that mistake, move on again. You make a mistake, move on from that mistake, go on again. You're in a flow state. You're just going. If some shit gets fucked up, you just fix it and you keep going. Instinct. You just go. You know you need to make something happen, you just start moving. You're making mistakes, you're fixing it, and you just keep going. You know? Imagine like you're an athlete, right? A basketball player, soccer player. You're in the middle of a match. Do you think you have time to be thinking about your perfect dribble or your perfect No, nigga, everything is moving so fast. You have to just go. You have to trust your knowledge. You have to trust your desire to solve the problem. You make a mistake, you have the same hunger and knowledge to quickly fix the mistake. Or you learn new knowledge because you made a mistake. So you're going to learn from this experience. You learn from this experience and you use the hunger that you have to fix the mistake and keep going again. Because instinct is what gives you that speed. Instinct is what's going to allow you to actually make mistakes, gain new experiences. And now that you gain these new experiences because you made these mistakes, you're just going to head towards success faster and faster, right? Because a lot of success is about making all the mistakes. So the only moves that are left to make are the right ones that are going to lead to you becoming successful. I'm not saying you're going out of your way to make mistakes. I'm just saying when you make them, now that you learn from them, you're not going to make that mistake anymore. What does this mean? You're going to head towards your success a lot faster, right? So that's how I want you guys to think of this. And when it comes to desire, by the way, I want to go over that too, because I pretty much explained how to have the other two, the knowledge and the instinct. When it comes to desire, it's all about environment and comparison. Who are you comparing yourself to? If you're comparing yourself to the current bum ass niggas that you're around right now, you're going to stay a fucking loser because your hunger is just not going to be that high. You want to starve. Starvation comes from distance. And to create that distance, you have to compare yourself to guys who have achieved exactly what you want to achieve. You want to compare yourself to guys who are at the pinnacle. Always. You want to cut everybody else off. You want to not give a fuck about any other guy. Only the men that have achieved exactly what you want and higher, only them. Because when you compare yourself to them, you're going to see all these deficiencies that you have. You're like, damn, I need to get to fucking work if I want to reach their level. You need to wake up every single day and only listen to them. Ignore everybody else. Ignore all the bum ass guys. Hell, you need to cut off these bum ass niggas. You should not be around any guys at all that are not at the level that you want to be at all. At all. Because they will drag you down. They will distract you. And because they're distracting you, you're going to lose hunger. This is how you lose hunger, guys. When you're around bums, when you're around guys who are comfortable, that's how you lose your hunger. As human beings, we are social creatures. So the people we are around can either drag us down or lift us up. So I want you guys to only sit and listen to guys who have achieved what you want to achieve. Ignore everybody else. Don't listen to anybody else. Only listen to the guys that are absolute massive winners. Because when you compare yourself to them constantly and always, you know what happens? You start getting very, very hungry. You start realizing how shit your life actually is. You realize how much scarcity you're actually living in. You realize that, damn, you actually fucking suck. And the only way you become a winner is by knowing you are a loser. And when you compare yourself to guys that are massive winners, you figure out how big of a loser you are. And you know what this does? It creates hunger. It creates desire. It creates will to do what? To succeed. And that's how you get the hunger that you desire. That's how you get the motivation that you need to start working like crazy towards your goals. And then now we combine all three, right? You have the hunger that makes you want to take insane aggressive action. You have the knowledge that you were gaining from guys who have achieved what you want to achieve. So this helps you avoid dumbass mistakes, and you can make brand new mistakes that you're going to learn from. But you're already moving very fast because you've learned from the mistakes of those who have come before you. And then finally, you move off instinct. Who cares if you make mistakes? Just course correct and keep it moving. You don't have time to sit and wait for a perfect life. You don't live in a perfect world. You don't need to make perfect moves. You just need to be willing to learn. So just trust your instincts and move. So yeah, man, those are the three things you need to constantly be thinking about when it comes to your success: desire, knowledge, and instinct. If you take those things to heart, if you tattoo that shit on your brain, I'm telling you, there's no way you won't be a massive winner. And if you do all the things that entail gaining knowledge, that entail gaining desire, that entail instinct, or what instinct looks like in action or in application, as I just explained, then you'll be a massive winner no matter fucking what. So yeah, man,